If you thought the Crawford-Davis drama was done, think again. Terence Crawford just lit the fire back up with a shocking revelation in a sit-down interview, and Gervonta Tank Davis wasted no time firing back. Crawford suggested the unthinkable, putting Tank in a showdown with Shakur Stevenson on the undercard of his blockbuster fight with Canelo Alvarez. He even took a jab, saying, asterisk, if Tank wasn't so cocky about stealing the spotlight, that would have been dope. Asterisk, that single line set social media ablaze, with Tank's fiery response now shaking up boxing circles, media outlets, and locker rooms everywhere. Let's break it all down.
Crawford and Canelo, I'm pretty sure.
Shakur and Tank?
That would be dope. That would be dope, but if Tank was not so cocky to be on a Terence Crawford undercard, that would be dope. But I don't see Tank taking a backseat to no fighter.
Here's the scoop. Terence Crawford just shook things up big time in an exclusive sit-down with the Ring. He confirmed he'll be headlining the massive Riot Season mega event on September 13th against Canelo Alvarez, but he doesn't want it to be a one-fight show. Crawford wants the card stacked. In his dream edition, the long-awaited lightweight clash between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis. Crawford didn't hold back when painting the picture. That would be dope if Tank wasn't too cocky to fight on a Terence Crawford undercard, he said. No shade, just straight-up honesty. Crawford then doubled down, declaring Shakur and Keyshawn Davis the two best fighters in the division, period. The message was loud and clear. In Crawford's eyes, Shakur deserves the spotlight, and Keyshawn belongs right there with him. Subtle? Not at all. Savage? Absolutely.
Hey, buddy Shakur, just one question. How did Keyshawn look, man?
He's ready for whoever comes next. That boy ready. He been ready, actually. You know what I mean? Given the opportunity, that's all it is.
You got two little brothers that is closing on Tank. You know, one of them gonna get him.
One of them gonna get him. It's gonna be a great night of boxing when they do.
Appreciate it.
But the idea of Tank fighting on someone else's undercard? That's a line he's never going to cross. Crawford's comments instantly reignited the long-standing tension between him and Tank, adding fresh fuel to a rivalry that's been smoldering ever since Tank took shots at Crawford's wife and publicly sided with Errol Spence back in 2023.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is
Man,
it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like,
Just not your cup of tea. That's just not
I
your...
don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways.
Now Crawford is essentially saying, asterisk, I respect the game enough to let Shakur have his moment. Tank, he'd only want all the attention on himself. Asterisk, that one line set off a chain reaction. Boxing channels lit up, influencers weighed in, and fans everywhere started asking the same question. How would Tank respond?
Who's next? I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight. I told y'all I'm a dog. I'm a top level, elite level fighter. So let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other, and let's see who come out victorious.
And Tank wasted no time clapping back. The moment Crawford's comments hit the airwaves, Gervonta jumped on social media and let fly. His response was short, sharp, and pure Tank energy. He dropped lines like, I don't take second to no man, and questioned who exactly Crawford thinks he is to script the card. Tank doubled down, making it crystal clear he doesn't play second fiddle to anyone, not even for a Canelo mega event. His final message was loud and unmistakable. Tank is the show.
No, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck him. If everybody in the crew, I mean, what?
Tank, question for your proud father.
What's telling is Tank didn't just talk tough, he backed it up with receipts. He reminded everyone he's still undefeated, with one-punch knockout power that changes fights in an instant. Meanwhile, Crawford's out here debating undercard positioning. The contrast was brutal. Within hours, Tank's fiery reaction was everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, X, flooding timelines with clips and hot takes. Fans took it a step further, chanting for what they really want. Asterisk, make Tank versus Shakur the main event. Asterisk.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147.
Ooh, see, oh man.
You gonna have a pre-camp.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
Let's peel back the layers. On the surface, it looks like 2 elite fighters trading shots, but underneath, it's way bigger. This is about branding, legacy, and control. Terence Crawford has his sights locked on 2025's global showcase, the Canelo Clash in Riyadh, and he wants the undercard stacked with names that fit that stage. In his mind, Shakur versus Keyshawn makes perfect sense. Young, hungry, relevant, and rising. Tank, on the other hand, operates on a different level. He believes even a lightweight unification belongs in the spotlight, with him at the center, not tucked away beneath anyone else.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying
afraid?
his name for.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, you know, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit in boxing.
Then there's the perception battle. Crawford has carved out his image as quiet but lethal, technical, cerebral, and calculated. Tank, meanwhile, thrives on flash, energy, and high-octane bravado. That contrast is gasoline on the fire. To Crawford, Tank's ego is predictable, almost textbook. To Tank, Crawford's calm confidence reads like insecurity, or worse, a subtle threat. At its core, this is about respect in the boxing hierarchy. Crawford practically said Tank would never settle for an undercard spot, and for a fighter whose brand is built on swagger, that a direct shot. Tank's fiery response wasn't just ego talking. It was him defending the identity he's built, the narrative of being the attraction, the A-side, the star. In his mind, he's not just fighting Crawford's words. He's protecting his legacy and business stature.
You still early in the game. What do you want your legacy to be when it comes to this game, man?
Beat the system.
The system. What's the system of boxing?
Beat the system of boxing, life. Just beat the system. Be able to spread my wings and had my people next to me spread their wings. That's it. I ain't really got no big goal of this sports and all that. I just want to get my money and just remove myself.
But let's keep it all the way real. Tank Davis hasn't truly been in the mix since that strange, underwhelming majority draw against Lamont Roach back in March. That fight left fans scratching their heads, critics split down the middle, and Tank himself looking off balance. Since that night, it feels like the fire's gone. No hunger, no edge, no focus. And instead of silencing the doubters by running it back with Roach, what's he doing? Ducking. Straight up swerving the rematch everyone wants to see.
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure. But hopefully we could get it before... Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute.
Clearly in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And, I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
And instead of handling business where it matters, Tank is out here calling out Jake Paul. Yep, you heard that right. Jake Paul. What are we even doing? That's not boxing. That's YouTube beef with gloves on. Let's be honest. Tank versus Jake is nothing more than a glorified cash grab. A circus fight built for clicks, not legacy. No belts on the line, no rankings at stake, no true impact on the sport. Just viral clips, loud pressers, and manufactured hype. And the craziest part? Both guys actually seem all in for it.
Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. I'll be super, super down.
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
So now the picture's clear. They're not chasing greatness. They're chasing the bag and the buzz. Jake Paul? No surprise there. He's always been about the spectacle. But seeing Tank, a guy once touted as the next generational star, slide into that same lane, that stings. That's disappointment unfolding in real time. And let's not forget, Tank himself has been planting those seeds, talking retirement for months, admitting in interview after interview that he doesn't love the sport the way he used to. For a fighter built on aura and ambition, that's as telling as it gets.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
He's exhausted, physically, mentally, emotionally. And it's not just fans noticing. Analysts and ex-pros have started pointing it out, too. His slouched body language, his flat mood, the distant look in his eyes, it all screams detachment. Some whisper he's battling depression. Others think he's just flat out checked out of boxing. Whatever the case, one thing feels undeniable right now. Tank's head is no longer in the fight game.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something so like, and he looking like, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
And look, if Tank really wants to retire, that's fine. Every fighter has their time, and walking away on your own terms is nothing to be ashamed of. But if he's hanging around just to cash checks against YouTubers while dodging the real threats, that's not it. That's not the Tank Davis fans were sold as the future of boxing. The sport deserves better. The fans deserve better. And honestly, so does he. But let's zoom out. This isn't just petty back and forth. The Crawford-Tank beef exposes a bigger truth about the state of boxing today. It's as much about branding as it is about fighting. Fighters aren't just athletes anymore. Their businesses, their narratives, they're walking pay-per-view pitches. Cards aren't built solely on skill. They're crafted storylines designed to capture multiple fan bases at once. Promoters chase balance, marketability, excitement, and technical intrigue all at once. In that sense, every matchup is more than a fight. It's a strategy to pull in eyeballs, dollars, and cultural relevance.
But it's like people selling that stuff. Like, you know, even the picture where everybody was in the room. That shit look like some devil shit. Facts though. Some coke, man. Yeah. Shit like some devil shit. Like they sold that shit.
Yeah, you go with that.
That was crazy. And you see how the guy was. He looked at the scorecard. Yeah, he looked at it. Come on, man. You want to get Tank over here and fight? Man, I already know what y'all gonna do. Yeah. But every time I say something, it's like I'm hating.
So, Crawford floating a card that puts the spotlight on Stevenson versus Tank makes perfect storyline sense. Two electrifying lightweights on the biggest stage of the year. But here's the catch. Tank's brand is built on being the attraction. If he's not headlining, does he even see value in showing up? That's the heart of it. This whole situation pulls back the curtain on what fans already suspect. Boxing isn't always driven by the best, most competitive fights. More often, it's the flashiest promos, the biggest names, and the loudest hype machines that decide who gets in the ring. The sport we love is a mix of skill and spectacle. And sometimes, spectacle wins.
You know, what about Crawford do you think can bridge the weight gap? Or like with you, what did bridge the weight gap? Because a lot of people are just saying, hey, Canelo's just too big for someone like Terence.
I mean, that's true. But you know what? There's always a way. Put it that. There's always a way. There's always a way to win.
And Crawford calling Tank cocky perfectly highlights the clash between ego and pure sport. But here's where the plot thickens. The Crawford versus Canelo mega fight isn't just another blockbuster. It's being orchestrated by none other than Turki Alashik, the man who has practically transformed the boxing world into his personal playground.
As I said last week, I hate Tom and Jerry's kinds of boxing. We will not have him anymore. This is the first thing. The second, we will have in this fight and the next fight, bonus for KO. I don't want to force to be having ring 12 by 12 or something like this.
He's been splashing massive money, pulling the sport's biggest names under one glossy Saudi banner. And there's no denying he's changing the game. But not everyone is cheering for the way he operates. One of the loudest skeptics? Gervonta Tank Davis.
Let's go back to the beginning of last year, my Tank Davis, fresh out of jail. Throwing hands in Frank Martin's face. I'm gonna break you up, I'm telling you. Like, yeah, man, 7 more fights.
Got the internet excited when you say, yo, 6, 7 more fights and I'm naming names.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Then he got the beefing with Turkey.
David, he said to me, send to me 2 Ferrari to play in Saudi Arabia.
You don't play boxing.
We will send you 2 gloves if you want to play in Saudi Arabia. That's it.
I ain't gotta go over there.
Right.
What they making over there, I'm making here. All of a sudden, all the fighters he need to make big fights don't want to fight.
He was very close to fighting Lomachenko, and then Lomachenko pulled out. Shakur didn't want to do a 1-fight deal to fight Tank.
You said who?
Tank.
No, dangerous.
Who that? And by the end of the year, he ain't getting no fights and he's fighting Lamar Roach.
At the next year, I'm out of.
Tank has made it crystal clear he doesn't rock with Turkey. He said it in interviews, hinted at it behind the scenes, and blasted it in not-so-subtle social posts. To Davis, Turkey isn't just a promoter. He's a power player trying to move fighters around like chess pieces on a billionaire's board. And if there's one thing Tank won't accept, it's being anyone's pawn.
We saw Gervonta Davis a couple of days ago say on Twitter that now he wants to maybe work with you.
I don't have a problem with him or any fighters.
Yeah.
If he respects what we are doing to the boxing, I don't have any problem. And if he wants the green light from Heyman, we work with Heyman now.
Correct.
In each card, we have 1 or 2 fights with him. It depends about him if he wants to enjoy the fast train for the glory. he know where he can search.
Yeah.
And of course, I like and I respect the loyalty for his partner Hermin. Of course, this is something make him, in my eyes, big, and I respect it because the loyalty is important in the life. And he's good fighter. He's good fighter, but he need to understand that what we are doing is important for boxing. We work with who respect us, and we have a tough fight. We don't have normal fight.
While most fighters are lining up to grab a slice of that Saudi bag, Tank has chosen to stay in his own lane, even if it costs him the biggest fights. He's not willing to play by Turkey's rules, and that might explain why his name's been absent from these megacards. Being on a Turkey-backed event means doing things by the book. Show up when you're told, smile at the pressers, say the right sound bites. That's not Tank. He's always been the sports rebel, the wild card who moves on his clock, not anyone else's. So when you see Crawford versus Canelo dominating headlines, fueled by Turkey's billions, and Tank nowhere to be found, that's not a snub, it's a statement. Tank doesn't want to be managed. He doesn't want to be controlled.
You said going out on 3 fights. You know the last 2 fights you want to go out on? Yeah,
The last fight?
The last fight you want to go out on. Like, who? Do you have anybody in mind?
I'm saying no. I don't have my name right now. If I got somebody I want to call out after this fight.
You said you got somebody you want to call out after this fight? Yeah. Who was that?
I'm not gonna tell you.
This is Lomachenko. Somebody asked Lomachenko.
Turkey said he got your 2 Ferraris ready. What you think about that? Oh, Turkey said he got your 2 Ferraris ready.
I need 3 now.
All right, fight fans, here's the real breakdown. This whole back and forth isn't just about an undercard slot. It's about respect, ego, legacy, and the battle for the spotlight. Crawford's looking to build a mega event. Tank's looking to build himself. 2 visions, 1 sport, and whichever way it goes, we get a show. Now it's your turn. Who's flexing harder right now, Crawford or Tank? Should Tank swallow his pride and jump on that massive card? Or does standing his ground protect his shine? And what about Shakur? Do you think he's quietly holding out for something even bigger? Drop your hot takes in the comments, smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe for all the latest boxing drama. Catch you in the next one.